So imagine this. The year is 2015, and you are playing the game kanyequest 3030, and you stumble upon an NPC. When you interact with them, they ask you what you would like to do.
What do you want to do?
And any answer that you input, they reply they would like to do in turn. After trying a bunch of answers and bullshitting around, really, and just fucking pissing and shitting out answers out your brain hole, of course. After digging in your butt, you finally enter the word ascend. But instead of getting the same generic reply, you are then teleported into a hidden level, and your player sprite being replaced with a butterfly. Then a text window pops up to say, "Congratulations, you have proven yourself to be an open-minded and curious thinker. We must apologize for deceiving you, but we can reveal that the game you were playing until this point was a front, constructed to protect what you are currently accessing. We must ask that you do not reveal this area to the public. If you believe that you may be prone to revealing information or do not wish to participate, please close this program immediately by pressing Alt F4 or selecting the No option when it appears. By selecting the Yes option, you agree to participate and not reveal information. If you answer yes, you are told, the following is a thought experiment designed to help teach you something beneficial. By undertaking this exercise, you will hopefully be affected in a positive way. Due to the nature of the exercise, this something cannot be revealed. This exercise may or may not be restricted to this software. It is important to remember the purpose of this exercise is to benefit you. You will not be timed. We cannot provide any more information except that we wish you good luck. You may begin now. Welcome to your ascension. In this area you now find yourself, you are in a hallway that has multiple hallways along the left and right sides with locked doors, each of which has its own number terminal, that each have their own 8 blank spaces waiting for input. Going down you find a large area with 4 rooms, each with a picture on the walls, and when you combine all of them, they make out a QR code that brings you to a dead website. It would seem that the answers were now lost. But before you give up, you decide to enter some random bullshit and see how that goes. It's no surprise, it didn't work. Now with no other options, you go online for help, but find no walkthroughs or guides even mentioning the secret level, except a single Pastebin article. Reading it details how they found the level, and even how to solve the puzzle discovering the same dead end that you had. But they were able to get past the wall by opening the game files in RPG Maker. At the same time, they also bring up that this game may be tied to a cult. With no other way to go, I opened the files in RPG Maker, took a look at the event scripts, and found the passwords. The first 3 I found were Jagatai, Potutsa, and Ayen. I found these words to be weird as fuck, as they had no link to the Kanye game. At the same time they released the game, this well-established New Age cult called Ascensionism was running an ARG type thing off of a YouTube page and were using the same words. The users of that forum also mentioned the word Bolivia being used. I checked, and surely enough, it was the final password for that line. I checked the rest of the passwords and they all looked to be random words. Idle, Ogden, financial, nonsense, except for usage as secret code words. They then point out that the level is broken into 3 pieces. 1, Ascension, and 2. The area with all the computers and hallways is 1. Once you finish the last computer in 1, you get sent to Ascension. Before reading more, you decide to go back to the game and see the next level yourself. So you enter the words to the terminal. Once you hit enter on the final one, you are then transported into an all-white room with a single terminal. You walk up and interact with it and are met with these words. You have proven your worth once again. You have ascended. However, further ascension is always possible. If you do not wish to ascend further, your journey ends here. So please close this program by pressing Alt F4 or selecting the No option above. By selecting the Yes option, you agree to participate further, and you grant us permission to interact with your possessions. Would you like to participate? A prompt comes up. You enter yes. Over the following 2-week time period, we will interact with you and your possessions in several ways. Keep an eye out, as some of these ways may be subtle, others may not be. We may attempt to contact you directly. If we do this, we will attempt to notify you of our presence using a keyword. If you still consent to participation, please select the yes option above. You enter yes, and it gives you a form to fill out asking for your name, country, city, street, house number, zip code. After filling it out, it then says, ... Thank you, whatever name you put. Enjoy the next 2 weeks and await instruction. Now that you complete the game's secret, you now go back to read the Pastebin article, looking for answers of what you just played was. Continuing from where you left off, it details what you had just experienced. Then they go on to explain who the cult they believe to be tied to this game are. Now it's time for me to explain who the Ascensionists are. Ascensionism is a New Age cult that goes back to at least 2006. Its main beliefs focus around there being two spirits that make up a whole being. A physical spirit, the body, and the ethereal spirit, the soul. Long story short, souls live lifetime after lifetime until they are judged by themselves after a death, and upon deciding they have been sufficiently good, destroy themselves, and become primordial soul stuffs from which new souls form. Apparently, Orthodox Ascensionism believes that all souls, before combining with the spirit of the body, form pacts with the souls of all beings that they will encounter into the future. This leads to the Ascensionist belief that any harm done to a person was agreed upon prior by their soul during a contract signing with the other person's soul, and that they were, quite literally, asking for it, thus justifying any harm they can perpetrate against people. They also believe that if a person is cloned, their soul is split into two parts, and as such, they do not truly die until the clones are dead, because any soul from a dead clone or originator will just wander until it finds another clone with the same host spirit and will combine with it. This is bad to Ascensionists. They believe that if a soul lives for too long, it becomes corrupted by the bad circumstances it has accumulated and will become evil and twisted over time because they cannot be purged of their experiences by death to start anew. They believe that souls that become evil, fucked up, and twisted are the shadow people that people see in the corner of their eyes. According to them, there are some ancient group of 9 people or so who have lived for centuries by cloning themselves repeatedly and indefinitely, and their clones are what constitute the majority of the shadow people seen today. Not really centuries per se, because Ascensionists measure time in eons that are determined by a certain number of lifetimes a spirit has, but you get me. This goes back to the plotline of the game, where all the evil characters were continued clones of rappers who had accumulated evil by being alive for so long and never truly dying, while the good characters, aside from Kanye, were clones that had been dormant for so long that they couldn't accumulate that bad energies gained through experiences. You pause after reading this. Now, you are more confused about what this could be. If it is real, then why do this through a Kanye West RPG? Hi, YouTube's not letting me upload a video longer than 15 minutes, so this is gonna cut up into 2 parts. So you can watch the next one. If you want, you can watch the next one. Okay, bye now. Bye bye, bye now.